So I'm going to put this together, this little insert tool, and hopefully I can do this one-handed. See if I can put this in here. Oh, there we go. Set it up on there on my little magnetic parts holder. Get this out of the way. But you can see I thread the little offset washer. Oh great, it's all magnetic. Well, I'm going to pull that off there. So you thread this little offset washer down on there, and that gives a space. Come on. So it threads all the way on there. Doing this one-handed. It's a lot easier with both. Let me just get it on there. So once you get it down on there, then what that does is blocks part of the threads, so that when this seating tool threads into the insert, it doesn't get all the way up into the insert. Whereas if you have the shouldered insert, you need this to go in farther. With the fully threaded inserts, like I have here, you only want to go in part way. Okay, and then once you get the ring on the setting tool, get the insert threaded on that, then there's a little Allen nut here on the bottom of it. You need to tighten that up. That spreads the collet and holds the insert onto this setting tool. Then this whole setting tool will slide down into, see if I can get this out in the light. It just slides into the, it's got an O-ring on it. I don't know if you can see it, there's an O-ring on the setting tool. It just slides up into the wrench, and use that to set the insert. Now of course you'd set the Allen screw up here, which spread the collet, which locked onto the insert. So Timesert gives you a long Allen wrench that goes down the end here, will slip all the way in, and then you can use that to loosen the collet and back the tool out. So if this were sitting there down in the cylinder, or down in the spark plug hole, I don't know if that, let's see which way is better, then you just take this long Allen wrench, it slides in the end all the way down. See if I can get this out where you can see it. You'll slide that all the way down and turn the collet loose and back the set tool out of the spark plug hole, leaving the insert in place. Okay, so we're about to put the insert in. And you can see from the insert, since I got it here in my hand, the insert has a little locking pin in this little divot right here. I've heard some people say I was watching some YouTube videos, and they said, well, that's a little hole for some Loctite. Well, no, if you read Timesert's documentation and you look at it real close, you can see there's a little vertical metal pin in there. And when you put the setting tool down in through and thread it down through the inside of the insert, it actually expands the bottom of the insert, presses that pin out into the side of the head, pushing it into the threads, locking the insert with a vertical pin right there, where it expands that bump back out into the wall of the threaded spark plug hole. But so before we do this, so Timesert says put a little Loctite on it, and the Loctite's not to hold it. The mechanical expansion of the end of the insert is what holds it in the hole. The Loctite is to provide a seal for cylinder gases not to come up around the outside of the threaded insert. And to do that, they say use Loctite, and it has to be a high temperature Loctite. So if you buy the 5553 kit, they'll send with it a bottle of the Loctite 266. If you use the 4412E kit, you want to pick up a bottle of this, or some high temperature Permatex or something to put around the outside of the insert to seal it from exhaust gases. So I'll be using this. Now, before I do that though, the hole is the seat cut, it's been reamed, it's been tapped. I've got the full threaded insert on here. Everything's ready, except before I put this in, I want to clean the hole, the spark plug hole I just cut. So what I'm going to do is put a little brake cleaner on a rag, reach down there and swab the threads out a little bit, something so I can get a good seal between the Loctite and the walls, since I used bearing grease to catch all the chips. Whether you use bearing grease or oil, whatever you use to catch your chips, you're going to want to clean some of that out, and I want to blow it out to make sure if any chips got down in the cylinder, I can get them out of there. Or you can use a small hose with a shop vac. I may try that as well. But first I'm going to try and get the excess chips out, then I'm going to clean the threads, then I'm going to Loctite the insert and set it in place. Seat it and then set it.